Hello, my name is Kaylee Schnack, and I'm here to present Module 4 for Class EDL 856, Understanding My Community. My community, or the place that I work, is Bickerdike Elementary in Russell, Kansas. Just kind of looking at our history of Russell, we were founded in April of 1871 by the Northwestern Colony, which was a group of 72 men and women and children from Wisconsin. They were looking for a better life, and that was a place that was a little warmer. So they traveled by the railroad system and arrived in Russell. They decided to make a town with buildings and houses, and that became the structures that they created became part of the National Registry of Historical Places. Russell is the only site in the nation that has two international highway intersects. So we have a Highway 281 that stretches from Mexico to Canada, and then we have Highway 40 that goes from the west coast to the east coast. Russell also has Russell County has several little cities that make up that county. So they're Gorham, Bunker Hill, Lucas, Luray, Paradise, Dorrance, Russell, and Waldo. And so a lot of us are aware of Paradise because that was where those storms had occurred and those really sad fires. It was in Russell County to the north. And then we are also located on the I-70 corridor. So we are pretty much right in between Salina and Hays, Kansas. Looking at our school, we are a 3A public school district. We have 489 miles of square miles of district land, and we also have 5 bus routes that run. We have 2 public elementary schools, Simpson Elementary, which is our pre-K to 1. We also had house Head Start in that program, in that school as well. So we do some correlating with USD 489 because that is a program that's ran by them, but we just house it in our facility so that way our students and community can benefit from that. And then we have Bickerdike Elementary that houses 2nd through 5th grade. We have one public middle school, Rubenthal Middle School, which houses 6th to 8th grade. And then we have one public high school, which houses grades 9 through 12. Some of the traditions that happen. The first one that I put was Periesta Festival. They just celebrated 150 years. So this celebration actually occurs every 10 years. And it's just a celebration of history, heritage, and culture of Russell. And it happens in June. So this past summer was the 150th. So the 10-year just came around. And I did not know about this festival until it happened this summer. No one was really talking about it. And then we actually went. It was pretty cool. The Astra Music Festival, that is, of course, just a music festival, and that occurs in the month of July. The Russell County Free Fair, which is also the last week in July. We have the Blarney Stone Hunt. We have the Independence Day Freedom Fireworks Celebration, Bricks, Broncos, and Barbecue, Homecoming Parades, Flatlander Car Cycle Show in October, the Lighted Christmas Parade, Winnach Fest, which is a Christmas festival, and that's been going on for 25 years. And then, of course, just random concerts, and then your average schooling events, such as concerts for the elementary and middle school and high school students, band and vocal, and then sporting events, and all those types of activities. Characteristics of population. So Kansas has 4,525 people based on the 2019 census. We have 49.24% of those are male and 50.67% are female. So we're split about even. Our median age is about 49.5 years old. Our life expectancy is about 76.5 years old. And then I listed the educational levels. So most of our community is between the high school graduate to some associate degree, and then we have just a little bit of bachelor's and a little bit of graduate degree. The population of characteristics. So looking at our schools, we have 816 students within our district. In Simpson, we have 133 students. At Bickerdike, we have 266 students, and this is all based on the 2019 grade card. Then we have public middle school, which has 190 students, and my high school, which has 227 students. I also included just some other stuff from the actual community. So our unemployment rate is actually in 2019 was at a 2.8%. Then we look at race and nationality. So they base this by people and not percentage. So when we look at white people, we have 4.8 thousand. So it's like 4,008 people. And then we only have 160 people that are Black or African descent. And then Hispanic, we have 121. And then born outside the U.S., we have 139 people. Our median household income was 43,646. Poverty, we have about 475 people. Hispanic, 78 people. And Native American, about 55 people. And then our religion is mainly Protestant as the big one. And then we actually have a big group that does not have a denomination. And then 14.7% is Catholic. And then 4.9% is evangelical Protestant. Just looking at communication channels, we actually don't have like a TV station. We correlate again with Hayes, just because we're a small district, or we correlate with Great Bend. Radio-wise, we have KSRL, and I included those radio stations. We have a newspaper. It's the Russell County News. It's actually owned by Main Street Media, which is based out of Missouri. It's a family-owned newspaper place, and they are awesome in the community. They try to cover everything that happens. Social media based, we do have Facebook and Twitter. So USD 407, we have the police department, the radio station, the news station. A lot of the stuff through Russell, I feel like it's placed on social media or online. Community groups. So we have a whole list of community groups: Elks, Big Brothers, Disabled, American Veteran Wars, Sunflower Family Services, Kiwanis, Rotary. There's all of these community groups. I'm not going to read them all because I don't want to bore you. However, it's like a regular community. We have lots of opportunities for support. We have lots of opportunities for kid and community service. And we have lots of opportunities for our schools to get community guidance. Oh, excuse me. As far as school organizations, we do have a PTA, we have a district leadership, we have a building leadership, we have a general intervention team, we have site council. We have actually a new thing that we started this year. It's called Dads at Bickerdike. So we have dads that come to the school, I think twice a week and before school, and they greet our students. It's just another way to get a positive male role into our building, which I love. We have Booster Club, Sunshine Committee, which is kind of like our happy committee. They plan all these things for the staff to keep them pepped up through the year, and they plan like Christmas parties and fun things like that. We have the gating committee, which is with the whole COVID response. It's a group of school staff and a group of community members and parents, and we kind of discuss the rates of COVID and what we can do to protect our students in our community. Then we have the BES bunch, which is our honor choir for our fifth grade. We have student leadership team, which is our fifth graders that work with our principal, and they plan fun things for the students. And then we have Bronco Break Time, which is our new program we just started this year, which is an after-school program. We did have an after-school program previously, but this one is grant funded, and so we really focus on enrichment and meeting students' needs, and so we have that as well. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Community leadership, we do have a counselor, mayor, manager, and I included all of that. It goes for a 2-year term. We have the Russell County Economic Development and Convention and Visitors Bureau. So just if you're coming to visit or want to be a future resident, that's a great resource. We have the Russell Area Chamber of Commerce, which they just try to work on getting people to come to Russell and to help with the finances, like buying from Russell and just the advancement of Russell. And then we have the Russell Main Street, which actually started in 1991. And I love their mission statement. And they said that they use common sense to to tackle complex issues, and they're just trying to restore downtown history and make people proud of Russell. School leadership, we have a seven member school board, and their community members. Some have been teachers in the past. There's a lot of them just have experience with students, or just have like a huge care for the community and want what's best for kids. We have a superintendent who's in her third year. We have two elementary principals. We have one middle school principal and one high school principal. Our leadership is we have a city council that meets two times per month, the first and third Tuesday of the month at 4:30 in person. But you can also join virtually by computer or phone call. So if you have a concern, meetings are recorded for the community members to watch in real time. And then business owners are given their voice of what they want to see, which is great. And then they have up to date info on like the town and like what's going on in Russell or what's a big need and how they can start funding it. They get lots of their funding through the state, and so that allows them to do different things. As far as school leaders, our school leaders are available by email and phone. You can call them, or you can set up a personal one face-to-face meeting if you do it in advance. We broadcast our board meetings on YouTube. We don't have the comments, which is probably a good thing, but we do want to show that we want the community to know what's going on. We have community activities brought to the school, and we have administration that also attends USD 407. We have an administration that has students that attend USD 407, and then we focus on building renovations. Our economic conditions. So a median household is $43,646. The property value is $99,200, and the poverty rate of 2019 is 13.8%. I'm assuming that's probably not on the ball. I feel like it's grown more since COVID and all of that. And we are on free and reduced lunch at 55%. And then as far as growth in downtown, we just continue to get updates. We know that we want to give back to our community, and so we really strive to do that. But with COVID, that's been a huge impact for us. Political structures. So the school political structure, we have the Commissioner of Education, who works with the Kansas State Board. Then we have our state board, and we have our members. We have Kathy, Crystal, Brett, Raylene, Ron, Deanna, and Joyce. We just got 2 new members, so they started just January 1st, and so it'll be interesting to see the group and how they kind of mesh since you got 2 new ones. We have our superintendent, who is Shelley Swain, and then we have administrators, which are our building leaders. We have 4 of them. And then we have teachers and community members. As far as city politics, we have a mayor. His name is Jim Cross. And then we have the city council. We have Monty, Michelle, Lisa, Blaine, and Lonnie. So, social tensions. The big one right now is COVID-19, and it's been a battle throughout the school year. Our community does not want to be masked, and I totally understand. However, we need to protect those that can't protect themselves. And so it's been a debate on if we should mask up or not. We started masked in school, and now we're not masked. However, there are some like me that continue to mask just because I want to be safe and not get everyone sick because I cross-contaminate. And then the great debate as far as vaccination and unvaccinated. We, as a district, held a vaccine drive, which was super beneficial to all of our staff, but our community was not as for it. We do have a test. We did do test to stay, which was a nasal swab. Our community did not take that well, and so now it's test to know. And we also have a social media outcry. So we had parents that were creating Facebook groups and talking really bad about the school board and about the school itself and how we were damaging their children.